EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Straight ahead, it's a rematch from last year's AFC wildcard game, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Baltimore Ravens. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Charlie Jones now from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
On one, right?
Throwing on the first play from scrimmage, here's Burrow. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they go play action now. Burrow. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. Here, look at this Baltimore defense. They were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
2nd and 10 now. Burrow. Looking deep here for Chase. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It's a gain of 35.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A first carry here for Joe Mixon. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Stiff-armed him. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
11.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
Get set. 12.
Mixon is into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals.
Next to score, Bengals 7, Ravens 0. Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 29.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And right away, he lost the football. And one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Back deep for Cincinnati, the rookie Charlie Jones. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Here's Jones on the return. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
On 2, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be...
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only...
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, it's a rematch from last year's AFC wildcard game, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Baltimore Ravens. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out, as our first drive will begin at the 25.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I have to say a very solid performance.
And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. That is caught. He's got the first down and more. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Evan McPherson for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in Week 2. And it was the Ravens getting the road victory in that one, so now they'll look to finish off the season sweep here in Baltimore. First carry now for Justice Hill. He takes this for 3 to the 29. You talk about this Bengals defense. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Here's 3rd and 6. To throw is Jackson. And that is incomplete. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
Facing 4th down, Baltimore will punt. Jordan Stout out there. Charlie Jones deep for Cincinnati. Taken in at the 11. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
11, 11, 11. 11, 11, 11. 11, MT, tape. 11, MT, tape.
Now Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. Room to maneuver at the 35. He's to the 15. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd, 67 yards. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You've just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 14-0.
14. Ravens, nothing. Evan McPherson, the kickoff for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Hey, middle. Can't stop us, though. Can't stop. No, we changed it.
Here's Jackson. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 31-yard line.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Give him 30 yards there.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Jackson going to run. And no pitch there, and no chance either, as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 3rd and goal, Jackson. They'll roll, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. A pretty wild first quarter, 21-7, our score. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. This offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
11, 11, 11, 12, 12, 11, MT, take, 11, 11.
On 3rd down, Burrow. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Mixon with a first down carry. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Short throw to Smith. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Here we go. 11 coming.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. There he goes, left side. Down to the 10. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. And now hang on here. Looks like we have an injured player. Yeah, Mark Andrews is in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Jackson on first down. They set up the screen to Hill. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bengals are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
He got 29 yards that time.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
That's a good effort there after the catch. He looked the ball in and then tried to get it to the goal line. What a nice tackle to get him down. But they're set up well now. 1st and goal at the 1.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now Flowers on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
At the Bengals 3-yard line.
Mostert will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Tucker now to add the point after. It's good, and it's now 35-14.
Makes the score Bengals 35, Ravens 14. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Powers by at the 40. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. The pass to Boyd, and he brings it in on the crossing route. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception. As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Showtime! Let's make some noise! Alrighty!
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. This is caught inside the 15. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the 1st half.
That's another Baltimore 1st down. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. And Jackson throwing once more. Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this 1st half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Isaiah Likely as time expires in the 1st half. And the Ravens are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the 1st half. So they say no to the field goal try late in the half, and it winds up really paying off as they score on the final play.
Yeah, a little bit of a gamble, but they had some foresight as well because they knew they were going to get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. So they thought to themselves, if we score here, we can double up on back-to-back drives when we start the 2nd half.
So we've reached halftime in a wild 1st half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. This taken in at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong 1st half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the 1st half, most of their focus was in the passing game. But to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes.